Hey guys, welcome to Frequently Asked Questions with Ketodaddy, Jamie Caporoso. So, in addition to the many and hundreds of questions I get every week, I guess one of the biggest questions I get from all my newbies is, what is keto? What is the ketogenic diet? What is ketosis? Well, it's not one answer. It's not one simple answer. Your body has a built-in mechanism to burn fat in times of famine. Scientists believe from an evolutionary trait, this is something that kept us in a ability to survive long. I don't want to say droughts, but long time periods without being able to find any food. So, as you know, fat is stored energy, and when we have these times of famine, it needs a way to get it. So, in order to get to that fat, what it does is there's nothing left to burn, so it has to start burning your fat for energy. So that your body starts pulling that fat out of its fat cells, and it takes it in the liver and makes what's called ketones, and it uses these ketones as a source of energy, hence being in a state of nutritional ketosis. So I guess you could say one way to get into ketosis is to stop eating, right? So another way to do it is if you, the other energy source we have is sugar, glucose. Our body will burn glucose and fructose in the liver and in the cells for a source of energy, glucose being the main energy one at a cellular level, which comes from carbohydrates. So if you get rid of those carbohydrates in your diet, your body will have nothing left to burn other than the fat that you eat and or your stored fat. So a question I get is, it's how a ketogenic diet is actually one where you switch your fuel source or your preferred fuel source or body's preferred fuel source over to using fat, and you do that with the absence of carbohydrate. So two ways to get into ketosis: one, stop eating. Two, lower your carbohydrate level, carbohydrates, which in turn turn into glucose and sugars, simple sugars, monosaccharide, and that's what your body uses for energy. So that being said, can you still overeat on a ketogenic diet and store fat? Yeah, it's just not as easy because some of the hormone mechanisms built in. So that's why a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people find a ketogenic diet a better way to burn fat. So if I'm not introducing any carbohydrate, your body doesn't have to burn through that first. It just has the fat that you're ingesting. So now if you figure out what your daily caloric intake is, like how many calories a day you need to maintain your body weight, and say mine's 210, I need to eat X amount of calories to maintain that. So now if I go into calorie deficit, which means I'm eating less calories per day that I need to maintain that 210 pounds, my body will start going to its stored fat for the energy. So it starts eating a little bit. So you can actually adjust your calorie intake with a ketogenic diet, absence of carbohydrate, and your body will be in that fat burning mode more readily, instead of having to burn through the sugar first and then get to the stored fat. So in a nutshell, yes, there's a couple of ways, like I just said, how to get into ketosis. You can either stop eating, and there's like a starvation ketosis, and then there's a nutritional ketosis where you cut your carbohydrate level to a certain point. And then if you maintain a certain calorie deficit via just eating fewer calories in a ketogenic diet, higher fat, moderate protein, low carb, your body will be in that fat burning status. And then if you have a little bit of a calorie deficit on top of that, your body will start metabolizing more of its own fat. So that's Cliff Notes version of what's going on in your body and what a ketogenic or ketosis or ketones and all that is. Hope that helps. Thanks.